And we're back from the heavy metal perspective. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at different types of guitar books. Okay, I've got the John Petrucci book, Joe Stump. If you haven't heard Joe Stump, check out Joe Stump. There's one of the Troy Stettiner, always get his last name mixed up. Like I said, these are just some random books. It's his Thrash one and the Dimebag Darrell one. So just 4 random books, but I want to make a point here. There's different types of books, so it just depends maybe what you're after, as I think maybe something to consider before you put down your cash. Okay, let's go. We'll start here. So Troy Stettiner one. I think that's Stettiner. I don't know. I'll give up. Stettiner? I don't know. I'll give up. So anyway, so we've got some. So this is his thrash book. So one thing I like about this, you're already looking at different type, your power chords. So this type of book sort of actually even gives you some settings on how to get that thrash sound. Alright, so one thing I like about a book like this is it really breaks things down and it really explains things. Okay, and actually gives you things, that's worth talking about too, muting. But it actually gives you things you can use in your own songs, okay? Now, like I said in my previous video, these aren't paid reviews or anything like that. These are just books I've pulled out of my collection. And look, like I said, things about that, look, they talk about just basic things like that, the difference between 8th and 16th notes, or your gallops, things like that, and things you can actually use in songs, okay? Triplets. Oh, now there's different types of scales. This is all really good stuff, and it gives you the formula as well. Okay, and when I'm saying the formula, I'm basically saying like tone, semitone, that sort of thing. Okay, half whole, that sort of thing. Chord progressions. Okay, so just a really good. Now I'll give this to a lot of people too. Just different types of chords. Dyads, or different types of harmony, as he calls it. So, just look, a really good all-rounder. Teaches you a lot of different things, the things you can actually use in songs. Okay, so that's that type of book. All right, that's the Troy. I'll give up on his last name, but that's the Thrash Guitar Method book. Okay, move along to the Dimebag Darrell one. Essentially, once again from the folks of Guitar World. This is really just a collection of all of his Guitar World columns and sort of lessons answered or questions answered and that sort of thing. But we get to so where are we? Page 8, and we're already playing stuff. One thing I like about this is so someone will ask a question. And basically, it's answered here. So, and it's all things that once again you can still use in your songs. Okay, so talking about putting slides or chord slides in your riffs. So he'll actually give you a musical example of stuff he's done in his own song. So I think that's pretty cool as well. So just like questions, things like that. Where are we? I haven't opened this book for a long time. It's just sort of been sitting in the collection. So same thing, musical examples of things from actual Pantera songs. So the one thing, say for example, you want to work on downpicking your triplets, here's a riff you can do that with. Okay, and you take that away, you've actually got a riff from a song. It's not just, well, here's a triplet study and that's about it. What are we talking about here? Different tunings, things like that. Cowboys from Hell riff. So things like that. Oh, here we go, a new level. Talking about syncopation, things like that. Put in the accent, not always on the beat, but perhaps somewhere else. So look, I think that's probably that in a nutshell. That's kind of that book. Yeah, sort of examples from the songs and things. Here, using the bends. you know, over perhaps octaves, things like that. But that's a different type of book. Okay, so that's little snippets out of songs. People ask questions. That's really what, like I said, it's a collection from his Guitar World columns. So, and that's kind of what's happening there. Okay, now if we get down to the John Petrucci book. Alright, so, geez, what, 10 years ago? Just over 10 years ago I bought this. And it cost me $49.95, alright? I heard really good things about this book, and John Petrucci is John Petrucci. So I went, ooh, John Petrucci book. Alright, okay. Yeah, feel free to pause this anywhere you want. Example. Now, if you have a look around on YouTube, that you can actually find the whole instructional video, or you can probably, geez, I think it's Warner Brothers or something. Yeah, Warner Brothers. You can actually go to the Warner Brothers thing, and you can probably actually just buy a copy, which I'd probably suggest. So preface, lessons at Berkeley, which he didn't actually even graduate from Berkeley, funnily enough. Equipment, same sort of thing as the Dimeback magazine. Intro music. Ooh. Alright. Okay. So, where are we? Okay, warm-up exercises. Sounds like a good place to start. Okay. So, warm-up exercises. More exercises. Warm-up exercises for the right hand. A lot of crazy, weird picking stuff. Okay, what do we got? Synchronization of both hands. Speed and accuracy. Okay. Now, this is probably about, like, the one thing I really sort of drilled myself about from this book was this exercise here. So I really kicked my own ass about that. Okay, so if we just sort of keep flipping through the book, what have we got? Scale fragments. Okay, scale fragments. Examples, different scale fragments. What's this? All sort of scale fragments, scale runs. Oh, cool. Yeah, some licks. Okay, so we got that. Alternate picking arpeggios, going back to his Steve Morse influence. Nothing to really even notice that. Okay. Left and right hand, left hand technique, so legato. Alright, so legato. Now, my only sort of bicker with a book like this is, it's just exercises. Cool, there's a little bit of theory here. Building chords. My only real bicker, like I said, with a book like this is, it's a lot of freaking exercises. You're not necessarily going to go to your mate's place and go, ooh, check out this sweet exercise I learned. Cool, got some guitar solo stuff. And that's it. The whole book, essentially, other than what, 1-2 guitar solos, is exercises. I'm sorry, but it's exercises and scale runs. That's my only beef with this book. That's all it is just exercises. And that really dawned on me watching the video. It was just exercises, it just on top of exercises. If you just want to build technique, it's a good book for that. Now, if you look at these books, the Joe Stump one's all bent, and that's because it's been sitting on my guitar stand since February, since my birthday. But I'll get to that one in a second. That's my whole thing. It's just bloody exercises. There's nothing musical. Okay, there's 2 guitar solos or something. But it's just exercises, and it's technique development, really. That's what this book is. It's technique development. Okay. Can't remember how much this book cost because my other half bought it for me as a birthday present. But if you haven't heard of Joe Stump, check out Joe Stump. He's the heavy metal guitar teacher over at Berkeley. Okay. Kind of does like real neoclassical sort of stuff. Now let's have a look here. Scale fragments. Okay. So now one thing I really enjoy. Now the cool thing was with this book too, like with the others, you got your CDs in the back. Where's the dime bag one? There's your CD there. This one, actually, you got a code, and you went to, I think it was the Berkeley website, I think it was. You go there and you download the audio file, so that was kind of cool. Alright, so the first thing, scale fragments, technique building studies. Okay, so what I like about this book, so you got your own technique building stuff at the start, right? But the one thing he does stress in this book is, even though some of these are exercises, they're still exercises that you could actually use in the context of a solo, or just a song at least. Things like that. Yeah, this one I'm always working on. That's a real good one. Tremolo picking. Yeah. Jesus Christ, I mean, could you imagine death metal without tremolo picking? Tremolo picking studies. So everything that's in this book is followed up with a musical example. Tremolo picking arpeggios, that was really cool too. Single string climb. Now, then you come into this. So you get some double picking, some arpeggios. Yeah, really, essentially, it's a guitar solo tabbed out for you. Yeah. 2-string arpeggios, 3 strings. Diatonic patterns. But they're all musical examples. They're not just, he's an exercise. That's one thing I really like about a book like this, and even the Dimebag one as well. At least, like, say for example, with the Dimebag one, it was something that was a lick from a song, for example. You learned that, alright, cool, you learned something from a song at least. Okay? This is what I'm working on at the moment. That's what I'm working on at the moment. But everything is musical examples. That's one thing I really like about a book like this. It's not just exercises, because learn all the exercises you want, but what the hell are you going to do with them? You know, I've heard a lot of people say, you know, whatever you're practicing. Hang on, I'm going to put the camera down. Hang on. Okay. So I've heard a lot of people say that, you know, it's like that saying, you are what you eat. You are what you practice. If you practice... that up there. No, that doesn't work. Put the pen under there. Okay, that's a little bit better. So, you are what you eat, okay? So you are what you practice. If you practice exercises all day, when you go to play with someone, or you know, put your stereo on, play along some songs or whatever, that's what's going to come out. You are going to come out playing exercises, and I know that because when I was studying that book a lot, or those types of books, that's what happened. You know, you'd run exercises all bloody day, and then cool, you know, you got to jam along some backing tracks or whatever. That's what you did. You played backing tracks. You did scale runs. There's nothing musical about that. You just sound like a bloody robot. Yeah, dun 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 dun. Alright. So look, in closing, enough of my ranting. Look, my honest opinion, if you're going to get a guitar instructional book, get something that has musical examples, not just exercises. Okay? At least musical examples, you can take that away, and either it's something that you've either learnt from a song, something that's in a song, or something you can at least put in your own writing. And with the Joe Stump book, that's given me so many ideas. Okay? And I have actually started using some of those ideas in my own songs, or perhaps you might think of it the wrong way, like it is in the book, but you get your own idea from that as well. So, look, that's really all I've got to say, but check out different types of instructional books before you put your cash down, and just remember there's more than one type of instructional book. So again, from the heavy metal perspective,